Reality TV is supposed to be about drama, but the Real Housewives franchise has crossed into something else entirely. These days, the chaos isn't just happening at dinner parties or reunion stages, it's playing out in actual courtrooms. Fraud accusations, eviction battles, custody fights, defamation claims, and even disputes over OnlyFans earnings have all become part of the off-screen storyline. So let's break down every single case, because this franchise has more court dates than reunion tapings right now. Let's get into it. Erika Jayne. So Erika Jayne. This woman has been tangled up in her ex-husband, Tom Girardi's legal mess for years now, and in 2026, it's finally her turn in the hot seat. Tom got sentenced to 7 years and 3 months in prison back in June 2025 for stealing at least $15 million from former clients, including plane crash victims. Just horrific stuff. And for a while, it seemed like Erika might walk away from all of this untouched. But nope, she is expected to appear on trial in early 2026 over $25 million that Girardi's former law firm allegedly spent on her. $25 million. On what? That's what this trial is about to find out. Her Bravo paycheck is looking real important right about now. This case has been one of the biggest legal sagas in reality TV history, and it's not done yet. Wendy and Eddie Ofo. Okay, this one is wild. Wendy and Eddie Ofo from Real Housewives of Potomac got arrested on October 9th, 2025, and they've been charged with a combined 33 criminal counts tied to insurance fraud, conspiracy, and providing false information to law enforcement. Here's what allegedly happened. The Osefos went on vacation to Jamaica in April 2024, came back, and reported a burglary at their home. They claimed over $200,000 in designer handbags and jewellery were stolen. But investigators say they found that several of those stolen items had actually been purchased and returned for refunds before the burglary claim was even filed. And it gets worse. Prosecutors obtained emails where Eddie allegedly asked Wendy to name additional high-value items to add to the insurance list, trying to push the total past the $423,000 policy maximum. As of March 4th, 2026, they appeared in court, and it was decided they will now be tried separately. Wendy did not waive her right to a speedy trial and could face a jury as early as May. Eddie waived his. They're each looking at up to 15 years, if convicted. Wendy has pushed back hard, accusing police of an illegal arrest and filing motions to suppress evidence. During the RHOP reunion, she called it being in the storm and said she's already a better woman for going through it. Bold words when you're facing 15 years. Jen Shah. Jen Shah, the Queen of the Housewives Mugshot Hall of Fame. After pleading guilty to her telemarketing fraud scheme that scammed hundreds of vulnerable people, Jen was sentenced to 6.5 years. But here's where we are now. She was transferred from federal prison to community confinement in December 2025, meaning she's either in a halfway house or on home confinement. Her projected release date is August 30th, 2026, which means she'll have served almost 3 years of that original sentence. The big question everyone is asking, will Bravo bring her back to RHOSLC? Honestly, knowing this franchise, I wouldn't put it past them. Karen Huger. Karen Huger was found guilty of DUI and DWI back in December 2024 after a car accident. She was sentenced to jail time, and that's exactly why she was completely absent from RHOP Season 10. An original housewife, missing from her own show because she was locked up. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say about Karen Huger. The fallout from her conviction has continued into 2026, and interestingly enough, when Wendy was dealing with her own legal issues on the show, it was Karen who gave her a stern warning about being careful. Coming from someone who just got out of jail herself, that advice hits a little different. Denise Richards versus Erin Lichy. Okay, buckle up because this one is a lot. Denise Richards and Erin Lichy are going through what might be the nastiest divorce in Housewives history, and that's saying something. Erin filed for divorce in July 2025. Days later, Denise got a temporary restraining order. She alleged that Erin would frequently violently choke her, squeeze her head, slap her in the face, slam her head into a bathroom towel rack, and threaten to kill her. Erin has denied all of this. He was arrested in court in October 2025 on 2 felony counts of injuring a spouse and 2 felony counts of dissuading a witness. He pleaded not guilty. In November, Denise was granted a permanent restraining order. Hen in December, their landlord sued them for $84,000 in unpaid rent on their Calabasas home and got them evicted. Denise had already moved out years earlier, but Aaron and his family were still living there and apparently just stopped paying. Now here's where the money fight gets really interesting. Aaron claims he's entitled to 50% of Denise's OnlyFans earnings, which he says bring in up to $300,000 a month. His argument? He took the photos, so he owns the intellectual property. In January 2026, Denise asked a judge to deny that request because Aaron missed a filing deadline. But then in late February, a judge ordered Denise to pay Aaron $5,000 a month in temporary spousal support plus $30,000 in expenses, including legal fees. Meanwhile, Aaron's reported debt is about $850,000. His mum launched a GoFundMe begging for help, and he says his pickup truck is about to get repossessed. This divorce has more plot twists than a telenovela. Kandi Burruss versus Todd Tucker. Kandi Burruss filed for divorce from Todd Tucker in 2025 after 11 years of marriage, and fans were hoping for an amicable split. That hope is dead. In her divorce documents, Kandi requested joint custody of their kids, Ace and Blaze, and wanted their prenup upheld. Todd responded by asking for primary custody and questioning the prenup's validity. Then Kandi filed court documents claiming Todd is living rent-free in her guest house without contributing a single expense. No utilities, no lawn care, not even the alarm system. She also says he hasn't paid child support and hasn't contributed to their kids' school tuition, birthday parties, or extracurricular activities. She hired a full-time nanny while she's been working on Broadway in New York. Todd fired back, saying Kandi unilaterally removed him from the main house by having her family move his belongings without his permission. He says she's the one who told him she'd pay all the bills after the separation, and now she's weaponizing that arrangement in court. He also accused her of being physically absent from the kids and relying on a third-party caregiver. Both are going for primary custody. This one is going to get uglier. All right, we are 6 cases deep, and we've still got 12 more to go. If you're enjoying this legal rollercoaster, do me a favour and hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this video. It genuinely helps the channel, and I promise the rest of these cases are just as wild. Okay, let's keep it moving. Porsha Williams versus Simon Guobadia. I cannot believe I'm about to say this sentence. Porsha Williams is being sued by her ex-husband Simon Guobadia over an Instagram post about erectile dysfunction. In November 2024, Simon filed a $500,000 defamation lawsuit, claiming Porsha's posts made it look like he was the one with the condition, which he says cost him business and caused emotional distress. He says he does not have erectile dysfunction. Porsha's team says her posts didn't refer to anyone specifically. Their divorce was finalised in July 2025, with Simon ordered to pay Porsha $40,000 a month for 14 months, plus nearly $250,000 in attorney fees. But this defamation case lingered. Then Simon got deported back to Nigeria in 2025, after authorities found he used deceptive practices to fraudulently enter the United States, including lying about his identity and hiding 3 prior convictions. Because of his immigration issues, Simon tried to dismiss his own lawsuit. But Porsha said not so fast. She wants the case dismissed too, but she wants Simon to pay her legal bills first. She called out his deceptive tactics in her filing. Simon responded by calling her motion a deflection, saying she spent 23 months litigating his wealth after a 14-month marriage. The court hasn't ruled yet, and honestly, this whole thing reads like a comedy sketch that somehow became a real court case. Kelly Ferrell versus Mark Ferrell. Kelly Ferrell from RHOA has been living in court. Her ex-husband, Chuvalo, Mark Ferrell, has accused her of refusing to let him see their 3 children for an entire year since their divorce was finalised. He filed a complaint asking to modify child support and custody, and asked that Kelly be found in contempt of court. But here's the twist. Mark then got found in contempt himself for owing $61,992 in back child support. A judge ruled his failure to pay was willful and threw him in jail. He has to pay at least $31,000 to get out. Mark's team says he offered $74,000 in escrowed funds from a home sale to cover it, but claims Kelly's lawyers rejected partial payments twice. Kelly hired her RHOA classmate Phaedra Parks as her attorney, and together they've been making moves, Phaedra putting that law degree to work on camera and off. On top of all this, Mark is suing Bravo for $200 million and claims Kelly improperly got their restaurant, Nana's Chicken and Waffles, in the divorce. Kelly's rep denies everything. This family is basically in court more than they're at home. Bethany Frankle. Bethany Frankle has been battling her former attorney, Jamie Schreck, since 2017. She sued him for $2 million, claiming he improperly drafted trust documents when she bought a $4.95 million condo in 2011. According to Bethany, Shrek's error gave her ex-husband Jason Hoppy a 50% interest in the property without her knowledge, which then became a massive issue during their divorce. That divorce, by the way, wasn't finalised until 2021, nearly a decade of litigation. Now Shrek is fighting back. He claims Bethany has abandoned the lawsuit, hasn't provided deposition dates since 2022, and has been failing to prosecute or do anything on it for nearly 4 years. He even offered to settle for $25,000, which Bethany apparently ignored. Bethany's team denies she abandoned the case and says they're actively engaging. But after 9 years of this lawsuit, you'd think someone would want it to be over. This is the legal case that will never die. Erin Lichy. Erin Lichy just secured her spot on RHON Season 16. And good thing, because she apparently needs the paycheck. Her former management company, Brigade Talent LLC, managed her for 17 months before she fired them in 2024. A dispute over unpaid commissions led to arbitration, and Brigade won a judgment of $91,632.28. Erin learned about the award on February 24, 2026, and Brigade immediately went back to court asking a judge to confirm the amount and add interest until she pays in full. Sources close to Erin say she disagrees with the judgment and feels the manager shouldn't be paid on deals he had nothing to do with. At least this gives her a strong storyline for Season 16. Beats talking about Bitcoin and cheese boards, right? Kathy Hilton. This one's almost too Beverly Hills to be real. A woman named Kimberly Heffington visited Kathy Hilton's $28 million, 15,000 square foot Bel Air mansion on August 25, 2024, during what appears to have been a charity estate sale. While walking on the property, Kimberly says her foot got caught in uneven pavement, causing her to trip and fall. She claims she suffered severe and permanent injuries, including a complex medial meniscus tear to her right knee. Now she's suing Kathy for negligence, arguing there were no traffic cones or safety signs to warn about the uneven ground. She wants medical bills covered plus unspecified damages. Kathy hasn't responded to the lawsuit yet. Honestly, when you have a home that big, your pavement problems become legal problems. Peter Thomas. Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband, Peter Thomas, is technically a free man, sort of. He pleaded guilty to failing to pay trust fund taxes back in December 2024. Prosecutors said he owed the IRS over $2.5 million in employment taxes from his restaurant businesses and used the money instead on travel and designer goods. He was sentenced to 18 months and reported to FCY Miami in August 2025. But after just over 6 months, Peter was released to community confinement, either a halfway house or home confinement. He celebrated by posting an Instagram video of himself dancing to T.I.'s Let 'Em Know. He's under supervision until August 2026, then starts 2 years of supervised release. Oh, and he still owes $2.5 million to the IRS. But sure, dance it out, Peter. Mary Cosby's son, Robert Jr. This one is heartbreaking. Robert Cosby Jr., Mary Cosby's 23-year-old son, had been in and out of legal trouble. He pleaded guilty to 8 charges in November 2025, including felony property damage, assault on a police officer, and violating protective orders, after showing up at his ex-wife Alexiana Smokoff's family home, damaging their property and biting an officer during arrest. He was released from jail on February 3, 2026, and sentenced to 36 months of probation. But just 2 days later, prosecutors hit him with 2 new felony charges, assault and aggravated assault, stemming from a May 2024 incident where Alexiana alleged Robert attacked her after she flushed his drugs. And then on February 23rd, Robert passed away at his mother's home. Police responded to a possible overdose, and dispatch audio confirmed Narcan was administered at the scene. He was 23 years old. He was facing those felony charges at the time of his death. RHOSLC paused filming for Season 7. Andy Cohen got emotional discussing it publicly, saying he can't think of anything worse. This is a reminder that behind all the drama and entertainment, these are real people dealing with real, devastating things. Dorit and PK Chemley. Dorit and PK Chemley announced their separation in May 2024 after nearly a decade of marriage. Dorit filed for divorce in April 2025, one day after paparazzi photos surfaced of PK kissing another woman. reality star Shanna Wall. PK has since moved back to the UK, where he works as Boy George's talent manager. The divorce is still not finalised. The big issue? Money, obviously. When they separated, PK allegedly promised Dorit that their financial arrangement would stay the same, and he'd keep paying most of the bills. A month later, he reportedly changed his mind and stopped covering certain expenses. Dorit's been vocal about how hard it's been. On Watch What Happens Live in January 2026, she told Andy Cohen things are not better between them. PK posted an Instagram story from a bar around the same time saying, "Dear life, I've had enough of the bullshit. Can we take a break, please?" Clearly, neither of them is having a great time. This one's still playing out on RHOBH Season 15 in real time. Britt Edy. Former RHOA star Britt Edy announced her split from husband Michael Cunningham on New Year's Eve 2025 with a now-deleted Instagram post where she wrote, "I'm posting this on the last day of 365 to remove this facade of faking like this marriage is going to work." She filed for divorce on January 7th, 2026, after 5 years of marriage, listing December 1st as the date of separation. She called the marriage irretrievably broken and requested no alimony for either party. They plan to sell their Fulton County home and split it 50-50. She also asked for the case to be sealed because they're public figures. Now separately, Britt also has a $20 million lawsuit pending against Bravo, alleging defamation, sexual harassment, and a hostile work environment stemming from the Kenya Moore explicit photo incident. So she's fighting on two legal fronts right now. The divorce seems relatively clean. The Bravo lawsuit, not so much. Lisa Hawkstein. Lisa Hawkstein's divorce from Dr. Lenny Hawkstein has been dragging out since he filed in 2022. As part of their settlement, Lenny is legally obligated to build Lisa a new house. As of early 2026, that process is still ongoing. Meanwhile, Lisa confirmed she and boyfriend Jody Glidden broke up after 3 years together. He'd been helping foot the bill for her $32,000 a month Miami condo. Lisa confirmed the split in the most Lisa Hawkstein way possible, through a sponsored Instagram post for a moving company. When a fan pointed out the breakup was bigger news than the movers, she replied, "It's not big news. People break up." She says she'll be moving again soon once Lenny's house is ready. Without Jody this time, the financial complications from this divorce are still very much alive. Leah Mweeny. Leah Mweeny filed a 109-page lawsuit in February 2024 against Bravo, NBC Universal, and executive producer Andy Cohen. She's alleging discrimination, hostile work environment, and retaliation. Leah, who's been open about her struggles with alcoholism, says producers pressured cast members to drink to create better TV. She claims Bravo created a rotted workplace culture that relied on guerrilla-type psychological warfare and ultimately led to her relapse. She says the network knew about her sobriety history but failed to provide accommodations. This case is still making its way through the courts and could have major implications for how reality TV productions operate going forward. If the legal tide turns in her favour, this could reshape the entire industry. Caroline Manzo. And finally, Caroline Manzo. The RHONJ alum filed suit against Bravo, NBC Universal, Warner Brothers, Peacock and others with over 16 claims, including sexual harassment and discrimination. She alleges she was sexually assaulted while on set filming Real Housewives' Ultimate Girls Trip. Her complaint claims the defendants allowed, condoned, and even encouraged the misconduct. Like Mcsweeney's case, Manzo also accuses Bravo of supplying cast members with alcohol to provoke outrageous behaviour for ratings. This case is ongoing, and between Manzo and Mcsweeney, Bravo is facing some serious legal reckoning of its own. So that's 18 cases. 18. And here's the thing. We're only in March. The Osefos trials haven't even started yet. Erika Jayne's trial is still ahead. Jen Shah could be walking free by the summer. Denise and Aaron are nowhere near done fighting over that OnlyFans money. And with RHOA Season 17, RHOBH Season 15, and new seasons of Potomac and Salt Lake City all in play, you know more legal drama is coming. The real question is, who's next? Because if history has taught us anything, the Housewives franchise doesn't slow down. It just adds more lawyers.